Hello, dear children. This video covers the first part of economics, second chapter, class 9, people as a resource. In this video, an effort has been made to explain how population is an asset for the economy rather than a liability. Population becomes human capital when there is investment made in the form of education, training, and medical care. In fact, human capital is the stock of skill and productive knowledge embodied in them. Now, let us try to understand the meaning of the term people as a resource. People as a resource is a way of referring to a country's working people in terms of their existing productivity, skills, and abilities. Looking at the population from this productive aspect emphasizes its ability to contribute to the creation of the gross national product. Like other resources, population also is a resource, a human resource. When the existing human resource is further developed by becoming more educated and healthy, we call it human capital formation that adds to the productive power of the country, just like physical capital formation. Now, next, let us try to understand the three factors which help in development of people as a resource. Investment in human capital through the means of education, training, medical care yields a return just like investment in physical capital. This can be seen directly in the form of higher incomes earned because of higher productivity of the more educated or the better trained persons, as well as the higher productivity of healthier people. Children, remember this, that not only do the more educated and healthier people gain through higher incomes, society also gains in other indirect ways because the advantages of more educated or a healthier population spreads to those also who themselves were not directly educated or given health care. In fact, what we need to remember is that human capital is in one way superior to other resources like land and physical capital. Human resource can make use of land and capital. Land and capital cannot become useful on its own. For many decades in India, a large population has been considered a liability rather than an asset. But a large population need not be a liability. It can be turned into a productive asset by investing in human capital, for example, by spending resources on education, by opening more government schools, on health, by coming up with well-equipped government hospitals, and training of industrial and agricultural workers in the use of modern technology, useful scientific researches, etc. Now next, we come up to the two case studies mentioned in the book in form of story of Sakal and Vilas. In case of Sakal, several years of education added to the quality of labor. This enhanced his total productivity. Total productivity adds to the growth of the economy. This in turn pays an individual through salary or in some other forms of his choice. In case of Vilas, there could not be any education or health care in the early years of his life. This never enhanced his total productivity. Henceforth, he draws the same salary of unskilled laborer as his mother. So, children, we can conclude that investment in human resource via education and medical care can give high rates of return in the future. This investment on people is the same as investment in land and capital. A child too, with the investments made on her education and health care, can yield high returns in future in form of higher earnings and greater contribution to the society. Also remember that healthy people are considered as an asset, whereas an unhealthy person is considered a liability on the organization. And now we will discuss the economic activities by men and women. The various activities have been classified into three main sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary. The primary sector includes activities agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, fishing, mining, quarrying. In this activity, people are directly involved in driving raw material from nature. Next is the secondary activity, which is also known as the industrial sector, where manufacturing of raw material takes place and gets converted into finished goods. The last sector is known as the tertiary sector. It is also known as the service sector, as variety of services are provided in this sector of economy. Activities like transportation, communication, banking, education, health, tourism, and insurance are seen to be giving different types of services to people. Economic activities have two parts: market activities and non-market activities. Market activities involve remunerations to anyone who performs, that is, activity performed for pay or profit. These include production of goods or services, included government services. Non-market activities are the activities which are done for self-consumption. With this, we end the first part of the chapter, People as a Resource. Thank you and God bless.